Okay, perfect. Well, it's lovely to meet you, Deepak. If it's helpful, I can give you a bit of an overview about Five Seasons and what we do and sort of my background, and then would love to just hear all about Toothfairy and what you're creating. So Five Seasons is a VC fund based in Paris, but invests pan-European, including the UK, and opportunistically in the US. So we're on our second fund of 180 million, actively looking to make between 4 to 8 more investments. We write checks anywhere from 1 to 10 million euros, and we don't have bright line thresholds and for revenue for companies, but we do like to see quite a bit of traction. So it depends on the category in which you play. So generally, it's difficult for us to write checks for companies generating less than 2 million in revenue, but we have done it before based on growth trajectory. So we're very open across the C to Series B range, and always look for companies that are really creating sustainable, iconic consumer brands. And so I joined Five Seasons in April from a consumer growth equity fund called the Craftery in London, was back and forth on the Eurostar, getting all those loyalty points for the last 4 months, and then moved to Paris in September. So would love to hear more about you and what you're creating at Toothfairy.
Awesome. Yeah, really good to connect. So I'm Deepak, one of the co-founders here at Toothfairy. Yeah, my background, just like my co-founder, we're both dentists, and now started Toothfairy essentially to fix kind of the national dental crisis. And as we dived into it deeper and deeper, we found out that actually it's a global problem. And we've kind of pinpointed it to the 3 A's, where dentistry is just not affordable, it's definitely not accessible, and there's a lack of availability for many patients. So yeah, we're kind of dragging dentistry from this really poor, archaic, take time off work, lie back in a dental chair and be given a bill. And we were kind of part of that torturous experience as dentists doing that. And now, yeah, we've digitalized it and kind of built a dental clinic in the cloud. And the fact that we're the UK's first house-regulated dental app, gives us quite a lot of authority to do that. But yeah, happy to kind of dive into the product and what we do. My background, just like Keenan, as we said, dentist, treated probably tens of thousands of patients before starting Toothfairy. But both based here in London, but we also have offices across Birmingham itself as well, so in the middle of England. And yeah, really excited about kind of this new category of healthcare that we're building.
Yeah, it seems like dentistry is definitely something that is ripe for innovation still. And so there have been a few people in the space before. I'm sure you know Smile Direct Club, that unfortunately just went bankrupt. So curious sort of what your strategy is, and how you're setting yourself apart in the category.
Yeah, so we think of ourselves as kind of a complete dental clinic. So unlike Smart Direct Club or some of these other providers, which are kind of mono treatment platforms, so they do single treatments, we do multiple treatments, and the fact that we're health regulated permits us to do that. So not only can we do the really fun stuff like teeth straightening, cosmetics, but we can do prescriptions within minutes for antibiotics, painkillers, out of hours emergencies, virtual exams, and even referral into clinics. So yeah, our patients not only come directly to us from online and Google, etc., but also through an insurer or an employer. So we're kind of the front door for dentistry along that way. We partner with thousands of kind of employers across the country. There are probably 20 to 25,000 employees actively within the app, and we're massively growing in that sense. So yeah, think of us as a dental clinic in the cloud rather than a one-stop shop with just a single treatment.
Got it. So if a customer has a dental problem and say they need a filling, does Toothfairy also cover that, or is that sort of a separate service?
Yeah, so we partner with major insurers in the UK. One of our insurance partners is a dental insurer. So many of these individuals come to us because they need an urgent appointment. They may be in pain or they may be in difficulty of access. So they'll jump on the Toothfairy app. We have our in-house dentist that will treat them, take them out of pain, tell them what they need. And then we scrape thousands of clinics hour by hour to find them their next available appointment. And then we follow that on. So we kind of tell them to go to a relevant partner. And there's a really exciting monetization opportunity here, not only from the initial kind of service point that we do. So we charge the employer or the insurer a fixed fee every year to look after employees. But then when we forward them on, there's a potential here to also monetize that. So yeah, really strong LTV that can be built in that life cycle.
Got it. Can you walk me through what a usual customer journey looks like then, from the time they hear about Toothfairy to using the different services and sort of why they retain their customer life cycle with you?
Yeah, so let's say we got two buckets of patients, and what we've typically done is just replicate a dental clinic. So if you come from directly or if you come through insurer, we treat you similarly. The only difference is who pays. So if you come as a direct patient, and you might be interested in a cosmetic treatment or you might be interested in an emergency, you'll pay a nominal fee, a one-off fee for that treatment through Toothfairy, 60% cheaper, will help you or sort your teeth out and your oral health issues, and then that's great. If you come through one of our insurance partners, it's a added value benefit. So you'll get Toothfairy as part of your insurance product. An insurer will pay us. So you'll jump on the app and say, hey, I have an abscess or swelling. It could be 6, 7 p.m. at night in the evening. One of our dentists will speak to you, get you some antibiotics, get you some painkillers. 7 in 10 of all the problems are solved in the app. So it could be a wisdom tooth issue or bleeding gums or sensitivity. But as we said, if you need a follow-on treatment, we'll refer you on to a local clinic. And then your insurer, if it's a dental insurer, will reimburse you for that whole process. Whereas if you're out of pocket, you may have your regular dental clinic anyway, and you're using Toothfairy just to get you out of pain because such a dentistry that you just cannot see a dentist, even if you're registered with one.
Got it. And you said that Toothfairy is 60% cheaper for customers that aren't going through the insurers. How does that partnership work for you guys?
Yeah, so we're 6% cheaper than, let's say, your high street clinic for, let's say, something like cosmetics. So if you want to, let's say, do teeth whitening or cosmetics or your next clean, like you'll jump on Toothfairy app, you'll do a free consult with us. We'll tell you a price point of what it will be. And then from there, you'll visit one of our referral clinics for a single appointment just to be measured and get a proper exam. So unlike Smart Direct Club or some of these other companies, we're not interested in setting up our own physical sites. We'll refer you to a partner. We'll pay them a very small fee to do that referral. And then everything is then done through our app. So let's say if it's teeth straightening, we'll review you every 4 weeks through our app. So we're able to reduce clinic visits by 90%, but keeping a high level of safety. So we don't consider ourselves a do-it-yourself company. We're actually a dentist on demand, but we've digitalized that whole kind of process, really.
Got it. Very, very cool. And do you have a membership option then from the consumer side, or is it mainly monetizing through the insurers?
Yeah, it's a one-off treatment if you're coming directly as a patient. And our most popular aspect there is obviously the cosmetics. But if you're coming through the insurer, and we charge the insurer a capitation fee, we're really proud to do that. So it's not a utilization fee. So it's not whether people use it, we only get paid, but we get paid a guaranteed fee. Our typical annual contract, average contract value is typically around over $1 million or 1.2 million over 2 or 3 years. So it's hundreds of thousands of pounds every year. It's already profitable. So last quarter alone, we were profitable as a business. And now we're landing insurers as we go along. We just landed our third insurer last week on Thursday, Friday. Yeah, and really exciting. So essentially, our go-to-market strategy is quite interesting. We're being paid by the insurers to acquire customers. They download our app, and the value in the business is not only the technology, but the users that we're gaining, which are ours to keep with.
Yeah, that makes a ton of sense because the users will stay even if they change jobs and have different insurance providers. At least theoretically, they should with the value that you're providing them. And so right now, it's primarily the UK, or what's your expansion strategy within and outside of the UK?
Yeah, there's a massive scope in the UK, so we're really taking control of this market. We're raising a Series A, so we'll use a lot of the funds to be aggressive in this market and become market leader. There is then potential on the roadmap to explore things like North America, especially since our partners like Canada Life or Unum, these are North American insurers, and it's a very kind of system approach there. But the market is big enough here for us to go after. It's kind of $1 billion industry in the UK alone. It's very slow, very archaic. And we're kind of the few, if not the major leader in this space that's kind of being a teledental solution itself.
Got it. That makes sense. And you said you just landed your third insurer. So how are you creating these partnerships with insurers?
Yeah, so it's the total addressable market is really exciting. So for a dental insurer, they're absolutely being hemorrhaged on claims costs. So year on year, people need more root canals and crowns because of late diagnosis. So we're saying to the dental insurers, well, partner with us, we'll reduce your claims costs, which is great. You've got other insurers, the one that we just landed, which is a cash plan, very low cost solution. Just like travel insurance, every year people question annually is, I didn't really use it this year. I'm paying for this product. I can't get into a dental clinic. Do I want to renew? So they'll renew because utilization stats for Toothfairy are great. And then somebody like a life insurer that has no dental, many medical insurers have stripped dental off over the last 5 years because it's absolutely expensive. We're kind of ticking that box for them. So we've got over 1,000 Trustpilot excellent reviews. a really high NPS score, and double-digit utilization. So insurers are using us as kind of that sticky kind of market differentiator, and it's giving them real value.
Got it. I wish I knew about it before having to get 400-pound fillings myself. So I should have definitely used it. How are you acquiring the users that aren't through the insurers then?
Yeah, so we have a kind of a direct-to-consumer kind of approach whereby we can acquire customers according to treatment through, let's say, Google or paid ads and socials. This year alone, we've reduced our customer acquisition costs by 40%. So we've seen a lot of growth this year. We're close to 3 million in sales this year. And that's all being achieved not by increasing marketing spend or acquisition spend, but just simply increasing our efficiency. So, and you'll see that from our profitability last quarter alone. We're building a really profitable, healthy business model, but now's the time to scale. Now's the time to be really aggressive.
Got it. And so you said you're raising Series A. How much are you raising and where are you along that process?
Yeah, so we're raising a 5+ million Series A. And yeah, we're really excited about the process. We've had some great feedback from the market, really good conversations already that we're having. And yeah, we're looking for a really, really good fit in terms of a next investor that can unlock a lot of potential for us, kind of being in similar trench stories to us. You know, we liken our business product to some of the other digital health and new category solutions where mental health was maybe, or digital GP was maybe 5-10 years ago. But in terms of the consumer aspect, there's a potential here to become a market leading brand. So yeah, we're excited about the market response. It's been really positive. And all of our existing investors are following on as well, which is a good kind of reinforcement for us.
Yes, definitely a good sign. And you said you're going to use it primarily to expand to the UK. So could you elaborate a little bit more on how you're going to use the Series A funds?
Yeah, so a large amount of it will be to kind of scale up our UK operations. And the reason why is if you imagine the UK, it's just like the US, but the UK majority, large amount of people, 8 in 10, don't have dental insurance. So we won over direct patients, we won over large insurers. We now want to open the market to businesses and corporates themselves and go individually door to door and say to 8 in 10 employers that don't have any dental protection and say, here's Toothfairy. We've also built our own AI. So King's College London is just doing a research paper on our new AI iteration we've built. A simple selfie from our phone is able to tell a patient if they've got gum disease, plaque, bacteria, and early signs of cavities. Yeah, and it's 91% successful disease detection. Sorry, a bit of a model word. Really neat. So that's going to be great top of funnel, not only for consumers, but for the insurers for automating disease detection. So yeah, really excited about that to kind of help patients in that sense. And then the rest of the funds are going to be used not only, as you said, the technology and the sales aspect, but to hiring a further team in terms of corporates and commercial managers that can go further after insurers and build the technology out furthermore. We're getting a big request from digital DP providers to SDK and API our app into their solution. So again, that'd be another commercial avenue itself.
Got it. Well, you definitely have one new customer from this call,
Awesome.
at least, especially with the AI technology that you mentioned, because I found the dentistry aspect, especially coming from the US to the UK, much more difficult than I anticipated. In many ways, UK healthcare is a lot easier than the US, but dentistry, like you said, is one that's very slow to adapt. So good to see what you're creating. And whenever you're thinking 5 to 7 years down the road, how do you see this really performing and what do you see as a potential exit opportunity?
Yeah, I think for us, the vision is the front door for dentistry, whether it's your next clean, your next filling, as you said, or if it's you're getting your teeth better and better looking. We want people to use Toothfairy and we'll source them more digitally innovative technology treatments, but also more affordably. And as an exit opportunity for us, as we discussed, every time somebody downloads their app, that's our data, that's our user. So if tomorrow a employer changes or an insurer moves on, we get to keep those users. So we are kind of valuing our business as similar to a dental clinic or a chain of dental clinics, because these individuals could be driven into a front door of any local clinic and earn revenue from, whether it's a subscription clean model annually, or if it's their next kind of teeth straightening, or if it's their next out of hours emergency. So as an exit opportunity, it could be an acquisition through a large dental service provider, but also a software provider in the dental space. So Invisalign are those individuals that produce aligners and products, but we could provide our solution as a white label or even an acquisition where we give them our software. We just got granted a patent in June this year for one of our first technologies, which is around treatment tracking. It's like a traffic light system, tells you when's the right time to move along your teeth aligners. And that's really exciting. So again, the business has great potential here to work with and be acquired with other dental providers or medical providers themselves.
Got it. And has anyone done this before that you've seen?
Yeah, I think we always believe that if we say no, that means we haven't looked hard enough. So there's definitely probably some players in the market. We know in the US, there's a couple of early teledental providers who are already working with insurers, and that's super exciting for us because we spent a large amount of last 18 months educating the industry on how teledentistry could work. The US already is seeing it can work, and now they're talking commercials, which we love. So there's a couple of players there, but they're not AI enhanced, and they're not using much technology other than video calling and chat helplines with a dentist. So we feel we've got a better product in that market, but also we're developing the solution to become not just a video calling or chat helpline, but to layer on treatments within the platform itself to earn revenue from those users. So yeah, we're really excited about the kind of potential there to kind of expand into new markets.
Got it. Well, thank you so much for taking the time. I'd love to continue the conversation. If you have a data room or anything, would love to take a look and then go from there.
Awesome. Yeah, really good speaking with you. Thanks for your time.
You as well.